All right, good morning. It's 9:30. I'd like to call to order today's Wednesday, June 11th meeting of the Committee on Seniors and Veterans Affairs. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Wilson, Commissioner Colleen, Commissioner Dobb,
Here.
Commissioner Garza has requested an excuse. Chair Kniezek,
Morning.
you have a quorum present.
Thank you, ma'am. Item B, Chair's remarks are none. Item C, Madam Clerk.
C, approve of the March 26, 2025 meeting minutes.
So moved by Commissioner Colleen, seconded by Commissioner Wilson. Please vote on your voting devices.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item D.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Item E, please.
Moving to item 1 under new business, requesting commission approval of amendment 2 to a 3-year contract with 2 one-year options to renew with Country Chicken to continue to prepare and deliver culturally appropriate halal meals to eligible senior citizens in the Dearborn area.
Thank you. I see you have Dr. Jackson with us. So you'd like to come up and give us a rundown here, please?
Good morning. William Chuck Jackson, Department Director, Wayne County Senior Services. Good morning, Commissioners. This first item is the second of a 2-year extension or option to extend the contract to provide the halal meals for Dearborn and Dearborn Heights residents. So it is, the original contract was 3 years. It was renewed extended for 1 year, and this is the second extension of that original contract.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Any questions from my colleagues, please? All right, seeing none, let's move to item 2, Madam Clerk.
Moving to item 2, requesting commission approval of amendment 4 to a 3-year agreement with the Senior Alliance to continue to provide congregate home delivered liquid and halal meals to eligible senior citizens in the 34 communities of the Western Wayne County and Downriver areas.
Dr. Jackson?
Well, say that one again. That one wasn't on my. Did we just cover that one? No.
Perhaps
you
we
just did-
spoke about 2 when we were talking about 1 then.
Okay. So
We've got 2 items on. The first one is regarding the renewal with the county and Country Chicken.
yes,
I think you did just speak to the halal meals piece. Is that correct?
that's Country Chicken.
That's
Country
Country
Chicken is the
Chicken.
provider of the halal meals. Yes.
So these 2 are the same thing?
Second.
Yes.
Okay.
Senior Alliance pays for actually running the program.
So you got anything to say about item 2?
Oh, of course. Yes. Sorry, but so yes, as you all know, our funding comes through the Senior Alliance. They receive federal and state funding. We receive amendments throughout the year as funding is either increased or decreased at the state or federal level. And in this case, the Senior Alliance has informed us that they reduced the number of funds that we received by $114,031 from the the Nutrition Incentive Services program. So basically, it's a cut of that amount from our budget.
Questions from my colleagues, please? Commissioner Dobb.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Okay, so I think with the confusion between 1 and 2, I just want to clear some things up. So with 1, the Country Chicken, is that for all Wayne County residents? We provide halal meals to residents throughout the county, correct? It's not just Dearborn Heights?
Currently, it is just Dearborn and Dearborn Heights.
Okay. Is there a reason for that? Is it because of need?
There was initially a grant that I think the county received. This was before I got here, but yes. So it was a specific sort of request on behalf of those communities to have these meals served. It sort of started as a pilot and it grew over time.
Okay, and then I do have a question on number 2. So the funding for the home delivered meals was decreased. And the funding for the congregate meals has been increased, correct?
In this particular amendment, we received an increase in home delivered meal funding of of 241,000. The state increased the funding by 56,323, but the INSEP was reduced by 410,837. And then for congregate meals, we received an additional 22,000. I'm roughly rounding. The state gave us an additional 1,100, but the INSEP for the state was also reduced by 24,000. So when you add it up and subtract it all, it comes out to 114,000 reduction in funding overall.
Okay,
And the funding reductions only came from the INSEP program.
okay. So does that mean we won't be able to serve as many people through the home delivery?
The INSEP funding is really primarily to provide incentives to increase the use of healthy nutritional food through the Older Americans Act. So it does reduce the ability to serve to some degree, but typically what has happened is the county, when there have been reductions, has been willing to support so that we don't reduce the number of meals served. Thank you guys and the CEO for that.
Okay. Thank you. I'm all set.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other questions, please? All right, seeing none, let's take items 1 and 2 together, please. I've got a motion from Commissioner Dobb, a second from Commissioner Wilson. Please move to your voting devices.
Commissioner Dobb. Motion carried.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item F.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I have not received anything. I've got something I want to say, but I'll save it for the end. Let's move to G.
G, public comments.
Anybody on Zoom, please? Anybody in the audience or any emails?
No emails are received.
Anybody on Zoom? Anybody in the audience? Lovely. I'll say really quick, is it appropriate? Check me. Can I talk? Okay, cool. When we had met last, and thank you, Director Jackson, for your comments. When we had met last, we had comments from Director Randy Walker about some issues I know that we were all passionate about regarding veterans funding and what was coming to and from the state. I know that there was a plan for him to come back and give us an update on that. I learned through Facebook, unfortunately, the other day that Director Walker is no longer with the county. I wish that we would have had some communication a bit more direct about that so we could coordinate on what the follow-up and follow-through looks like. And so I'll plan to hold another committee meeting here at some point. And if I need to submit something formally to the administration or others to ask for somebody to come in, I'm happy to do that, or happy to talk offline about making sure that we've got follow-up and understanding how veteran services are going to continue to be carried out here in the county in the absence of having a director in that spot. So I'll appreciate that. I'll follow with more folks offline. Anything else from my colleagues before we move to adjournment? Let's move to adjournment then. I'll entertain a motion. A motion by everybody, supported by everybody. Thanks, y'all. Have a great day.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, that's